Well, one more try before summer sets in, and I'm not going to get involved with digging in dumps too much. So let's try this out. We see we got some stuff to dig out. So let's get with it and get back to you on my first find. Well, my first significant find, believe it or not, is in that little marble. Cool little circus colors. Red, yellow, white. What else is in there? There's a clear base there. Cool. So we have our first marble of the day. I'm still working my way down, so let's get to it. Well, I better start filming some of this stuff, or else I won't have any footage at all. This is actually a continuation of a video I shot last week, which I ended up deleting all of it, pretty much except for one shot, and I'm going to show that at the end of this video when you see it before the wrap up. So at this point here, we're just going to see what we can come up with. A jar is the first thing, because pretty much season for me is going to be over. It's getting to be pretty warm. Mosquitoes are coming out, and I don't really like to dig in this kind of weird weather. So I'm just filming along here. See what this is. Yeah, this dump has gotten meaner. I'm telling you, it's just gotten real bad. I can tell right now, this is pretty much going to be a jar. And it looks like it's going to be a broken, melted jar. This is a pretty rough area right here, and I have not found anything in one piece. So let me keep going. If I come up with something, I'll show it to you. Well, let's dig out this hardy soul. I mean, out of all this burned and twisted and terrible material, we are actually finding a bottle. I can't believe it, really. I mean, this place has been rough before, but that looks like a milk bottle. I'm gonna try that out too. But as you can see, it's beyond rough. Now this is a tiny town, okay? When this dump was, and guess what it is? Our happy little herring. Man, they love this stuff. Not like I do. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, they're all right, you know. When you're not finding anything else, they're great, but this looks like a milk bottle, believe it or not. There are two types of bottles you'll rarely find here. And that's a milk bottle, and it's an ink bottle. What's this right here? That looks like a broken beer bottle. Let's keep on going. I mean, bottles here take a lot of abuse. And that's broken. See, 90% of everything in this dump is broken, to be honest with you. If you find a whole bottle, you're jumping for joy, because they just don't come out whole around here. They just don't. That damn root. I don't know what that is. Like a bottom to a mug. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste your time and my batteries over this. So anytime something shows up, I'll just turn you on. Other than that, there's nothing to see right now. Well, we got some some stuff showing here, so I might as well show you something, because there isn't a lot today. A lot of frustration, and that's about it. The soda or beer, whatever it is, and of course it is in perfect condition, and it's totally nothing, and I mean nothing. Soda bottles like that don't mean a damn thing to me. I mean, they just aren't. This here is another one of them, and then we go, you can see everything seems to be just broken. There's a big jar. They're common, and I'm not into, I've found probably more jars. There's a Coke. I found more jars today than anything. Now, last week I was here and I actually came up with some decent stuff. And I had no problems. It was just one after the other. And I will show them on the wrap up. But in this situation, I've gotten into a bad patch. Everything seems to be broken, and under metal, busted glass, and everything seems to be broken. You can see I got broken everything. Broken glass, broken jars. But that was it, that green bottle. Let me knock down some of this and see what else is up here. Other than that, I might go to another spot, because this spot looks like it's just, see, it's just used up. Well, I got a soda up here, or beer. So let's see what this is about. I'm gonna get it out, and as you can see, again, the heat destroys it. That was a Shinley, whatever. And this is rough right here. Here's another, whoa! It's coming down, baby. See, this is what causes that to happen, this brick. I mean, I knew it was coming down. I just tried to play it a little by ear. Let's see what came out of this. It don't look like anything. Just a lot of freaking bricks. No bottles, as I can see. That's alright. Gave me a little bit of wiggle room, but again, you can see there is going to come down again. So let's help underscore it. And this is a pretty void area, I think. There's a nice trashy layer, but I don't know if I can find anything in here. Everything's been broken, so. But that is, I had a Coke came out here last time. Huh. Can you imagine all this broken nice bottles, and a light bulb survives it all? Huh. Really? Really? Why? I don't figure. This is coming down again, it looks like. Let me just knock a little bit off. Huh. A jar with a cap. I need one of those. It's like this part of the dump did see better days. I don't know what that is. Probably a chill tonic that wasn't embossed. We've got more junk coming down. Let me just scrape this off here, and then we'll go somewhere else, because I'm wasting my time. One more time and then we're going to go somewhere else. Here's a bottle that's always so common, a Glover's, very common bottle, and I think there's something's coming to this area here. I already have dug, and it looks like it wants to come down, so let us get out of here. Looks like it wants to come down. Yeah, here it comes. I think something's holding it, but not by much. It's all going to come down. Here we go. I've dug all this area, so it's not like it's new dirt. Huh. I don't see. I've seen the grooves. As you can see, there's nothing in one piece here. Broken coats, broken metal. Well, that should be it for this dump, folks. For this side of the dump, anyway. Because I ain't seeing anything worth filming, so the souders. Okay, well, there's something right there, but I think I know what it is. I think you know what it is too, right? Yep, the crinkled citric of magnesia. Common as all get out. There's a base to a Coke, I think. So let's see what this is all about. I'm not putting any bets on this. I don't think it is a Coke though. No, it's another Heron. It's another one of those no account sodas, I call them. I find a lot of them and they just don't have anything going for them. Yeah, I'm working this side. Here we go. Apple Valley. You're seeing me pulling this stuff out, but you're also seeing me not really finding anything to write home about, really, you know. Okay, I'm closing off this side of the world, and I might find another place. There we go. Well, you've seen one of these before, so it's not going to be that big of a surprise, but this bottle here is, as you can see, Chicago, Illinois, Undertaker Supply. So there's an Undertaker bottle for you. I guess they're common around here. I'm not finding anything else, so let me keep going a little bit more, and then I'm gonna probably, this will be the end of it for today. Maybe I might come out with one more find. Other than that, okay, I'm going to do this round up as quickly as possible and give you a little idea of what went on. Now, the bottles that you see in front of you, most of them were dug during the day that I ended up having a phone problem. And the phone problem was that, well, it's just a phone, right? It just has problems. And it kept shutting off, and trying to get more memory in the doggone thing, I erased most of that day last week. Well, it was a good day digging. I found a lot of good stuff. You can see this, a lot of stuff on the table here. But I couldn't really show you me digging it out. I will have one end of that, the last part of that deleted session is what you're going to see at the end of this one digging video. You're going to see me talking about all the cokes I dug, and I dug quite a number of them that day. So let's just get started and go through all these. Now, these two bottles here, these are Merrill rubbing alcohol bottles. They're common, and where I was digging, I find them a lot. I found 2 that day. And from 1930s, I'm not quite sure who the company was, the glass company again, but probably somewhere in Chicago or somewhere like that. Big companies, maybe New York. I don't know. I can't find any information really on it. The other thing I found was 3 different Undertaker Supply. This has frigid fluid. Now, they're all Undertaker bottles. This is Undertaker Supply, Chicago, same company. Later bottle. It's a little bit more, has a little bit more design to it, if you can see that. The light is bad here, but you can see. And they're out of Chicago. This company here, I don't know about this. This might have been, but there were dozens of them. Once embalming took off after the Civil War, which was really the catalyst for that method of Undertaker business there. Before that, people just got buried, you know, no frills. But they had to preserve the bodies during the Civil War to ship these soldiers back home. So several people, a guy called Bryant and some others, developed a solution that would help that. And it started out with formaldehyde, but it ended up with different chemicals. And these companies put out more than just what would be formaldehyde and preservative. They had all kinds of different fluids to do different things to the body. But Undertaker Supply was a big one. And, you know, that's a strange thing, trying to see that it was started in 1930, apparently, this company. I don't know about frigid fluid. It might be Undertaker Supply for all we know, but there was Ferguson. There was a whole bunch of companies. But this started in 1930 and all the way up until the 1950s. So you'll find this kind of bottle. This is a 1940s. Now here's a good example of a 1940s Illinois glasswork, or Owens, Illinois. The 1920s and 30s, their dating code was pretty much the same. As you can see, you have the mold mark and the other information, and to the right you'll see a number 3 with a dot. Now that dot is an indicator that this bottle was made after 1940, because this bottle doesn't have that. This bottle was 1936. So after 1940, the date code would have a little comma or a period after the number. So that dates all the way from the gives you the 30s or the 40s to the 50s. You'll see that code. And this is 1944. And I dug it in that section of dump. I like jars, and this is a really nice jar. It's a 1936 Owens, Illinois. It has a little bruise on it. You can see that. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it for stuff. Put, stuff in it. So it's not much. It's probably a pickle jar, I would say, or pig's feet, something like that. The Coca-Cola bottles, I found several of them, and they were all in good condition. Most of the time, I don't find anything in one piece. This is from a really small South Carolina, Allendale, a small Carolina town. It's a 19. You can see it's a 1923, but there's also a date code down here, the Lawrence Glass date code. If you can see that, Lawrence Glass. And it tells me this bottle was made exactly in it looks like 1937. That would be sort of the end year. 38 was the end of the 1923s, from 28 to 38. This one here is Ridgeland. It's sort of rough. It is also, I believe it's a Lawrence Glass, if it's a faint one. If you don't see a number, then it most likely was a very early 1923, if you don't see a number here, where it usually shows up. Another Lawrence Glass, pretty beat up, but I took it anyway. Got a lot of fish eyes and big bruise on the bottom. Another Ridgeland. And this one also has... No, it doesn't. It doesn't have one. So it's an early one. It's before that. And I have another one somewhere. I had dug 4 total, which pretty good for that place. The other stuff that I found, you know what this jar is? Just took it to give to a friend. They like green glass. It has a 1944 date code on it, as you can see, and it has the balances of legal balance or weights or something. So probably aspirin, who knows? But it's a cool color glass. The other information, we know that this one, for instance, is a really beat up bottle. I don't even know why. It's not beat up, it's just stained really bad. And it's a John Wyeth pill bottle. And it's old, before 1929. It's an Owens glass. This one I looked up, couldn't find any information. From the size and the shape of it, it probably is a extract bottle of some sort. That place doesn't produce a lot of inks, and I was lucky to find, you were lucky to find any inks in any condition there. This is a Parker's ink, and probably in the 1940s. Maybe it's mucilage. This here is your standard ink, square ink, school ink bottle. This one is interesting. This is a Griffin. It says Griffin. That's a shoe polish. So this probably had, I don't know if it had shoe polish, because usually they have a cap with some kind of little brush on it, but this didn't have a brush in its cap. It was just the cap, so I don't know. But its gripping is generally equated with shoe polish. And this one, this guy, John Dickey's Old Reliable Eyewash. Well, this guy goes all the way back to the 1880s. He was a chemist in Virginia and pharmacist, and him and his brother started a medicine company. They put out a whole bunch of medicine, all different kinds, in the early 80s, and then they put out eyewash. Well, in 1906, most of their drugs sort of were put by the wayside with the Pure Food and Drug Act, and so this one survived. They had to change the name from Remedy to eyewash, I believe. It was a change there, and this bottle dates probably from the 1920s or the 30s. They were in business all the way up until the 1950s. Dickey died in the 20s, the original dad, and the son took over and ran the business all the way up until that time. Interesting little bottle. This is 1940s, late 30s, early 40s bottle. Interesting. I've never found one, and they make them blown in a mold, and they're usually not paneled. The older ones are usually round, tubular. Other than that, I found just your standard stuff. If you don't know what this is, it is it goes into a bag, and then this is inserted in a place I will not mention. This is for constipation, so you get the idea. And excuse me, you find a lot of those things. This paraphernalia. I found 2 of these flashlights. This one was in the best condition, and you can see it's not in great condition. But and I can't read what the name is. If it was ever ready, I don't think so. I think it was something else. But it's cool that it all came out in one piece. And other than that, I don't know if I've... Oh, this. It was a bottle that is very popular on bottle sites. People are always asking questions about defining it. This is a 1930s bottle. All it says on the bottom is Kurtz. What went in here, I don't know. But it probably, from what it looks like a food type of bottle. So I'm food, or maybe, furniture polish. But it's people find them, and there's no information out on these things, so I can't tell you either way what went into that bottle. Other than that, I found the same old stuff. Found a pry off citrate of magnesia in 1935 or 6, and some odds and ends. But other than that, I had a good day. Too bad that the day I found most of these bottles, I couldn't record because of this phone. But there you have it, my take. And that's probably the last dig of the season for me, really, because it gets so hot, I can't handle it. Mosquitoes, heat, all that kind of stuff. And again, I really don't need to go out there and try to supply my bottle collection, because I have a bunch of them already. These are just a lot of giveaways, a lot of just fun things to find. And got toothpaste, toothbrush, plastic, or I don't think this is plastic. I think
Well, it is a plastic. Plastic is just a term, but I think this was a Bakelite kind of toothbrush. There is a name on there, but I can't read what it is. And once in a while, I don't find these often. In the older dumps, the 1890s, 1900s dumps, you'll find these more often, believe it or not. They're in one piece, you know. So there you have it. I will be posting more videos about different kinds of bottles. I will be posting a video on how I make bottles out of pottery. I make pottery bottles, and I'll post some of those. And my travels when I go places and search out potential places to dig. And even, as I said, I'd like to do a series on today's landfills and how impossible it would be to really try to dig in those things. So have a good day and have a good night. Bye.
This just came rolling out. It looks like I don't know what kind this is. Allendale, South Carolina. That's a good one. 1923. So we are in the market with the Cokes today. We are digging them out. They're coming out here, and it's impressive that I have found that many in one day. And this is really Trish layer. I'm right on the wall of where I dug before. I've dug on the other side of here, and that is, I don't know. I found a few inks. Whoa, that's what I'm looking at here. I don't know. This looks pretty trashy, but I think that will be drop the mic for me, man. I'm out of here. This is too hard for me to keep going for the day. I'm pretty beat. I gotta head on out. So there you go. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Just one more little pocket of stuff for your viewing pleasure. Here's a broken Coke. What's this one? Easily get that out of there. Oh, it's a citrate of magnesia. That's a pretty common bottle. This one here is another pretty common. And well, that's it, folks. I'm out of here today. We'll be back. Who knows when? This may be for the season. The last dig I do for the season because it's getting so hot. So anyway, there you have it. I don't know what that bottle was, but it is embossed. Property, contents. I don't even know what this says here. Bottling something. Knee-high. Well, it's a knee-high product bottle. There you go, folks. See you later. Bye.